We all know playtime is, well, it's a huge deal for our kids, right? But what if we could make that playtime even more powerful? Today, we're going to dig into how to move beyond just random fun and start playing with a purpose, choosing activities that intentionally build specific, vital problem-solving skills for your preschooler. Okay, let's get into it. So let me ask you something. When you see your child playing, do you ever wonder if their games are really building the right skills? It's so easy to just assume all play is good play. But the source material we're looking at today suggests that if we're just a little more intentional, we can turn that playtime into a targeted, skill-building powerhouse. So why all the fuss about problem solving this early on? Well, because these aren't just skills for the playground. The ability to look at a challenge, really think it through, and find a solution, that's a foundational skill that will serve them their entire life, from figuring out who gets the red crayon to absolutely thriving in their future career. And this is where it gets really interesting. You can literally draw a straight line from the sandbox to the boardroom. Think about it. Academically, kids who are good problem solvers aren't as intimidated by things like math word problems. Socially, they're way better at navigating friendships and working out conflicts. And for their careers, well, some career sites actually call problem solving a universal job skill. So the work we're doing now is truly laying the groundwork for their future. To really do this right, we need to know what we're aiming for. I want you to think of it like we're helping our kids build a cognitive toolkit. The goal isn't just to help them solve one little puzzle in front of them, but to give them a whole set of versatile tools they can pull out to tackle any problem that comes their way. And, crucially, to know which tool is the right one for the job. And here they are. These are the 9 essential tools for that kit. The source material breaks them down into categories, from analytical skills like logical reasoning to creative ones like lateral thinking, and super important social skills like negotiation. Every single one can be nurtured. Building a cool new fort fosters creativity, working together on a puzzle sharpens communication, and just sticking with a tough task builds persistence. Our job is to be mindful of which tool we're helping them sharpen. All right, so that's the what. How about the how? How do we actually put this into practice? This is where the theory hits the playroom floor. The real secret is matching a specific skill you want to work on with a targeted activity. It's all about playing with a purpose. Let's walk through a couple of really clear examples so you can see exactly what I mean. First up, let's zoom in on a key analytical skill, logical reasoning. This one is a biggie. It's the bedrock for so much future learning, especially in things like math and science. It's really all about seeing connections and understanding how things fit together in a sequence. And you know what? A fantastic and super simple way to practice this is with a pattern game. Just grab some colored blocks or even Legos and make a simple pattern, like red, blue, red, blue. Then, the challenge is simple. Ask your child to figure out what comes next. The goal here is to train their brain to spot those patterns, which is the heart and soul of logical reasoning. And this is maybe the most important part of the whole thing. It's all about how you guide them. Instead of just giving them the answer, you use these powerful, open-ended questions. A simple prompt like, what do you think will happen next? Or, what color do you think we need now? Encourages them to do the thinking themselves. It turns a simple game into a real cognitive workout. Okay, so we've covered an analytical skill. Now let's pivot to something totally different, but just as important. A social skill. We're talking about negotiation. This is absolutely essential for navigating friendships, sharing toys, and working through all those little conflicts that pop up. And believe it or not, you can build this skill during something you're probably already doing every single day, story time. Seriously, the next time you're reading a book and the characters get into a little disagreement, just hit pause. Ask your child how the characters could work it out. This one tiny change transforms reading from passive listening into an active lesson in empathy and finding fair solutions. The source material gives this perfect example question. How do you think Peter can make things better with his friend? A question like that is gold. It prompts your child to step into someone else's shoes, think about their feelings, and brainstorm positive ways to solve the problem. It's social problem solving in real time. So when you pull it all together, what's the big takeaway here? It's really simple. By being just a little more intentional, we can elevate regular playtime into an incredibly powerful, targeted learning experience. It's about seeing play not just as a way to pass the time, but as a practice field for some of life's most essential skills. And maybe the biggest shift we can make is just in the words we use. Think about the word problem. It sounds kind of heavy, right? But what if we reframe it?
The source material suggests thinking of a problem as simply something that's waiting for a solution to be found. It's a challenge, an opportunity. That mindset builds resilience and actually makes challenges feel kind of fun.
So I'm going to leave you with a little challenge. Look at that list of 9 skills again. What's just one skill you can purposefully focus on with your child this week? Maybe it's logical reasoning with some blocks, or negotiation during story time. Whatever you choose, you now have the tools to play with a real purpose. Thanks for tuning in.